Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. At this session, I'm gonna assign you your homeworks actually, since there are some points and techniques that I should tell you while getting the homeworks done. For example, one of them is sketching the slimy patterns. Let me show you the slimy patterns. You will be given some patterns of slimy, then you can choose one of these files by your own. You can choose your favorite, and then by using interpolate curve, draw it in rhino as your homework. But it may comes up to your mind that it is very difficult to sketch such a pattern or design. But I should say that you don't have to sketch it by offhand. In most of the times in Rhino we use imitation while we want to sketch something. So right now I'm gonna tell you how you can import an image into Rhino and then have your sketching done. First of all, you got two approaches for importing your images into Rhino. Firstly, you can use click and drag and then release it at the view that you want it. At your favorite view, it doesn't matter. For example, in the top view, and then I release it. Then in image options, that we should specify the format of the image or the function of the image in the Rhino. You should just specify or choose picture and then click on OK. Then you have to sketch a rectangle here by this way, as you can see. Then this picture is considered as an object in the scene. Check this out. It is imported to Rhino as an object. But what about the second approach? You should type the command of picture in the command line. Just type picture in the command line by this way, and then you can browse and import your image and then place it in the scene like this. Well done. After importing your image into Rhino, we're gonna start sketching the slimy patterns. So I open the top view, then I start sketching. Here there are some points. First of all, while you're sketching the pattern, we were supposed to sketch it by interpolate points, curve interpolate points. As I told you before, you should have the less control points. This type of working or stressy, as I told you, it is not accepted. This is not satisfying and accepted, Let me show you the curve. As you can see, it is not smooth and it is not editable, so it is not standard. So what should we do? As I told you, we should use the less control points. For example, we can try and sketch it by 3 points. Then here, as you can see, it is enough. I can select the line and then I can show the control points and then modify the control points in order to edit the curveness of the line. But here, as you can see in the scene, the image is not transparent enough to let us observe our sketching or our curves. So I'm gonna teach you how you can make the increase the transparency of your images just to make our sketch more visible. So for making the image transparent, at first I should select it, and then in properties I click on material 52 toothpaste icon, as you can see. Then I scroll down. Here we got the transparency. Then I increase the degree of transparency. Check this out in the scene. For example, you can increase it till 60 or 70%. You see, now our sketch is visible, and we can also observe the image, and we can control our sketch, modify them better. We got a higher control upon them. This was the process of increasing the transparency. The another topic is selection. For example, if I want to select this curve line, if I click, the image will be selected, or if I drag or cross, I'm not able to select the line or curve. Check this out. I got some challenges in the selection of the curve. For example, I select it. Then I want to choose these 2 control points. As you can see, the picture is selected by mistake. So we have to lock the image temporarily. And for locking our image and for make it unselectable, at first I select it. And the shortcut is Ctrl plus L. Here it is. I hold down Ctrl plus L button to lock the image. As you can see, the image is locked. I'm not able to select it anymore, so we can easily select the curve and the control points, modify them, and then move the project forward. So note that you can lock your object if you want it to be unselectable. But how do we can unlock it? You should hold down Alt Ctrl L. Note that when you activate a command by using Control. You can deactivate it by holding down Alt, Control and that button simultaneously. It is unlocked by Alt, Control, L buttons. Control L for lock it, Alt, Control, L for unlock it. By this way. Well done. Again, Alt, Control for locking it, and then I continue to sketch. However, we can use my pop-up for getting access to the interpolate points. For example, like this. I hold down Shift to sketch in a straight line, then I select this one to connect these two to each other by using Move by this way. Well done. Suppose that I'm finished with this sketch, and then I want to remove or hide the image temporarily for checking my sketch. At first, I should select my image. So Alt Control L for unlocking it. Then I select my image. Then by using Control H, I hide the image by this way, Control H. Then you can consider your sketch. If there was any problem or mistakes, you can fix them, or after the revision process, you can unhide it, which is Alt Control H. We use Control plus H buttons for hiding the image, and then Alt plus Control plus H buttons for unhiding these. So this was one of your homeworks that you should do it, and only sketch one part of it. Then by using copy or mirror or rotation, you can complete the sketch or pattern. And the next homework that I want to assign for you is, are these 3D lines. You can choose one of these by your own. It is optional, your favorite. You will be given these files, and then sketch one of these into perspective view in the 3D manner. We do not need these in a flat manner. Suppose that you will be given some bars or rebars, and then you want to sketch this. For example, you should use vertical line, and you should put the 3 dimensionals into consideration while you're sketching the lines in perspective view. You can choose one or two out of these images as your homework, but you have to sketch at least one of the 3D lines. The next practice is elliptical bridge. Let's check it out. I open it. Here there is. I know it looks very difficult and complicated. I understand. But do not lose your self-confidence, since this is the simplest practice that you have. So I believe that you are capable of it. But how you can sketch it, in the continuation I will explain to help you start this project or homework actually. Let me guide you. At the first step, you just need to sketch this circle and then divide it into some parts. I just don't want to kill your creativity. But sketch the circle and then divide it into parts. And then you can divide these two lines into some parts and then sketch the lines to each other. Let me zoom in, check this out. It is so simple. Here we got the line which is related to the bridge and the other line at the other side. And we got the circle as well. You should sketch the circle, then divide it by points and also the lines, the parallel lines, and then connect the points by associating them to each other. And if you can work on some more details, it would be great. But note that it is not that much complicated. Technique is what we have told in the last sessions. So after getting it done, you can watch the next session videos that I have totally explained the process. And the another homework is curve tools. Here we got some images. You should import them into your rhino and then sketch the curves. You should sketch whatever curves you see. Actually, this practice develops your skills in sketching curves in the plan view, but later we will have them in the 3D view. But right now we just need to sketch the curves in the plan view, so we can be skillful in sketching curves by using interpolate points. But I have skipped something. Let me tell you that in Slimmy patterns, this is regarded as your homework too. You should choose one of the uncolored patterns and also the control point curve which is selected. So here there are two files that you should sketch them, and it is simpler than the other one, as I mentioned, control point curve, that I want you to sketch this by using control point curve. Since you were required to know how to work with the control point curves, I have assigned this for you for developing the skills in control point curves. Let us have a review. One or two of the 3D lines. Then in the slimy patterns, you should choose one of the black and white patterns and also the control point curve. And then we got the elliptical edge, as I told you. Actually, in the practice of elliptical bridge, if you were eager, if you wanted to have your lines with mass, I mean for example to convert them into some cables with masses, we can use pipe command. I will talk about pipes later in the future sessions totally, so don't worry. But if you were eager to work on more details, you can use pipe command. Just search for it in the command line, then click on multiple. Since we got multiple lines that we want to convert them into pipes, then I sketch, click and drag, select and enter. Then I should specify the radius of the pipe, for example 0.5. Then this would be the result. Let's check it out. So simply we can create pipes out of the lines. Well done. But if you select only one of the lines, in the command of pipe, then you will be asked to specify the start and end radius of the pipe. For example, 0.5 for the start and 1 for the end. Check this out. This is the result. But this is not practical for your current level. So you'd better to use multiple while you want to create pipes. Since when you create multiple pipe, you won't be asked to specify the radius of the end and start parts of the pipe. So you select it, then you specify the pipe radius, for example 2, and then you have the pipes. Well done. But while creating pipes, if at first we select the lines, we don't have to click on specify, multiple. I select the lines, then I enable the pipe command, and it is not required to click on multiple. Well done. And the last one was the curve tools. And I want you to do your homeworks at first and then decide to go for the next session videos, since these skills are prerequisite for the next session videos. Don't forget to ask your questions, since you can fix your errors and then you can start the next part. I wish you luck. See you in the next time.